So I'm just casting across the bay over there where there's less razor bills because they're everywhere. Where I wanted to cast is straight out, but I don't know if you can see, but there's just loads and loads of them out there. And the last thing I want is for them to chase after a small fish like that and get stuck on me line. So I'm just going to cast in the areas where there's no birds flying around. It's quite a good shot, this, in any case. It's really deep, just down here. So I just let it sink all the way down and then just jig it slowly across the bay. That's on the bottom there now, so a couple of lifts and then just slowly bring it across. So I was out yesterday up at Coldingham Bay, but I blanked. I was fishing for about 3 hours. It was lovely, it was really sunny. It was supposed to be sunny today as well, but there's a huge sea fret just covering all this area, which is a shame. It's a bit colder than I would have liked, but it's still fishable. I've walked here from St Abbs. I walked all the way up the coastal path. Fish on. First fish of the day. What we got? I took just off the side. Oh, it's Coley. Quite a decent one though. Oh, yeah, probably about a pound and a bit. Right in the choppers there. How's that back? There you go. First fish of the day, nice fit Coley. Bye bye Coley. That was just down the side. I think all them birds want to be back on here. Quite a few of them were sitting here when I arrived. I checked to make sure there wasn't any nests and stuff. They were just hanging around, so to speak. So I've just had to move up a little bit because the waves are kind of splashing up that side a little bit. I don't want to be getting wet on a day like today. So the rod I'm using today is the NGT. It's a 9 foot, 20 to 50 gram. It's a lovely rod. Dead cheap as well. But you can get a hell of a cast with it. It comes in 4 sections, so it's dead easy to carry around. Fits in the backpack, which is always a good thing when you're climbing up and down cliffs like this. Oh, a fish. Fish on. Don't think it's very big though. Yeah, just a little one. Oh, it's off. That's away. Saves us unhooking it. I think it was the Coley. Just get that right out over there. So what I do is when I've cast it out, I'm just kind of like waiting until the line slackens. When it slackens, you know it's hit the bottom. Give it a couple of winds to get it up off the bottom, lift the rod a couple of times, and then just start bringing it in like slowly. I'll vary it, so do 1 wind, and then I might do a couple of like little fast turns. It's really just to kind of imitate fish. And you'll be able to feel when something goes for the lure, you'll just feel it plucking away. Oh, I'm bloody freezing here. I thought it was going to be a lovely day. The forecast said bright sunshine all day, 15 degrees. Like I say, it's just this sea fret that spoiled it. It might lift. It did yesterday, but not until about 4 o'clock. It's going to go slightly to the right, where there's no birds. Right, I've had about 15 casts with this lure, and I can feel this fish going for it, but it's not attracting any big fish. So what I'm going to do is, when I get this one in, I'll swap it over for a different metal. I've got some thin ones which should cast quite well, and there should be a different action in the water. They look completely different to this one. I'll change the colour as well, because this one's green and silver. I'll maybe try, I'll see what I've got in the box. Right, there's now going for this. So let's get that changed. So that's what I'm taking off. That one. Let's have a look at my little box of magic. So there's my little box of magic. We'll go with the blue one. So I've got this one, which is it's about 18 grams, blue and silver. Whenever I'm spinning or lure fishing, I've got the main line, and then I have a little swivel, and then I have 15-pound mono, and then I'll have a clip swivel, so you can just take the clip swivel and unlock it, rather than having to tie knots all the time. Just seems to be a much better way to do it, much quicker. Especially if you're swapping lures constantly. Right, so I'm just going to start there and then just work my way around again. Like I say, 12, 13, 14, 15 casts. And then we'll definitely put the soft lures on. Have a bash with them. So this lure looks more like a little sand eel. That green one looked more like a small fish. Is that a bite? No, I think it was the rocks. Oh, yeah, seaweed. This is a much quicker sinking lure. I'll have to take that into account when I'm winding and lifting. It's probably a bit too small for this rod, to be honest with you. I should maybe, I should have went to a different rod size for this lure. But I'll persevere with this one rather than swapping rods. I've got two other rods with us. I've got my little Abu Garcia Tormentor Travel, which is a 3-piece 7-foot, and it's 5 to 18 grams, so that would be right on the top edge of it. And I do also have a little 6-piece 6-foot NGT, same make as this, and that one is, I think it's 10 to 25 grams. So really, that one would be ideal for this lure. But I can't be bothered to change the rod. I'll just fish with this one. It does the job. Yeah, someone's taking that. Little fish. Nothing big. Probably a little coley. Yeah, I can see it. What we got? Yeah, just another little coley. Another little coley, yeah, right in the mouth. Oh, well, that's looking promising. Fish on the first cast of that one. So if you're fishing and you're getting weed on your line, just take the weed off, because it can hamper the action of the lure, but it'll also spook the fish as well. Let's try that same area again this time, and then I'll start moving around. I'm going to have to come further up here in a minute. Actually, I'll just get up here now. And waves are starting to splash a bit up on the right-hand side. I'm going to swap that out now. And we'll try one of these new soft lures. That's what we're going to go for. I think we'll try that one. That's what it looks like. So it's got like a lead head on it, and it's weedless as well. I think these were 24 grams when I measured them in the house. So it should cast really well with this rod. So you can see there that it's weedless. So your hook is kind of obscured. It's got like a groove in the top of it, so that the hook can sit in there. When a fish bites it, it gets hooked. Works really well, or it should work really well. That's the theory. Right, so again, just straight over there, but I'm going to let it sink further down, almost touching the bottom. It's on the bottom there now, and then I'm just going to wind it really slowly. Yeah, I can feel it kind of hitting the kelp and stuff. Hopefully if it hits any rocks, it'll just bounce over the top of them. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to have to put my hoodie on. That wind is starting to really pick up. It's blowing straight in my face. I'm just in awe, looking at all the birds. They're nesting all the way up there, so if you can see with that camera, you can see. It's just fantastic. Thousands and thousands of them. Amazing. Right, before I do anything else, I'm just going to put my hoodie on because I'm starting to shiver a bit. Right, that's a bit better. Much warmer. Right, so we can get a fish now. I'll enjoy better if I'm not shivering. Try out this way now. But I have to say that sea is definitely changing. I don't think you can pick it up on the cameras, but there's some bigger swells coming in now, and they're kind of coming straight towards me from out there. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to either go further up or move off here altogether. To be honest, there's not much happening here, is there? Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll get this in. There's not much happening. We'll walk back over to St Abbs. It might be a bit calmer in like the harbour area. I've got some bait there, so we'll do a bit of float fishing. And I'll get some of the lighter lures out as well. Yeah, it's definitely getting worse and worse here. Definitely time to get off. Better safe than sorry. That's what I always say. So what was just a few seconds ago for you is actually a day and a half ago for me, because I did go to St Abbs harbour and I fished, but I didn't get anything at all. There was just nothing there. It was too rough. So I fished for about 2 hours with a float and some lures and nothing at all. So I didn't bother doing any more filming, and I thought I'd come out today. I had a little look down Eyemouth earlier on, but it was really a bit too rough for there. There was quite a strong wind blowing off the sea this morning, and there was some really big swells coming in. It's eased off a bit now, but look where I am. How beautiful is this place? So this is Cove Harbour, just north of St Abbs. So you've got to come along a little path and through a bit of a tunnel to get into the harbour, which is quite a lovely little walk in itself. So that's just over that direction there. And you've got, I mean, how picturesque is this? Absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to fish here for a couple of hours, just up to high water, which is about an hour away. Float fishing and lure fishing. See what we can get. Oh, Rockland. Yeah, quite a big one. That's a Rockland.
Oh, nice. Can you eat them?
No.
Oh, right.
Nah, it's just like a bit of an eel. Very slimy. Right, we've got some fresh bait on there. It's just manky old ragworm. Just put a couple of bits on. A tiny little crab hook. It's doing the job, isn't it? Chuck that one a little bit further out into the channel. Maybe slightly deeper out there. Oh, little Ross. There we go, a lovely coloured grass. Perfect. Something small on here. That's a third species already. That's a little, I'm not sure what that is. Let's get me gloves on for this one. I don't know if it's a little poisonous fish or what. Look at that. How bonny is that? So if you could tell us what that is, because I've got no idea. I'm just going to chuck it straight back down there. Wasn't that far out. Sit. I'll just watch it, see if it bites again. Ah, it's lovely just watching the float. It's definitely the most relaxing fishing method. It's just dead visual, just kind of almost hypnotises you. You're just watching the float bobbing up and down. It's gone under. yeah, fish on. What about this time? The 4th species. There you go. Little coley. Solid that hook right down. Nice fish, huh? It looks different. Looks a bit different than normal. Like colour-wise, it's quite green. Green and gold, as opposed to black and silver. Very pretty. But I think I'm going to make this my last cast because there's not much else happening. I haven't been able to talk to the camera much because there's just been loads of people. It's a secluded place, but it's obviously very popular with day trippers and holiday makers. And everybody that's been down has been onto the pier and just having a natter to us. So it's been difficult to do anything to camera. But I've had an absolutely lush day today. Certainly warmer than it was yesterday. And I've had a few fish as well. Yeah, they were little, but there was something different, something nice. There was coley, there was the wrasse, the rockland, and I'm not sure what that other one was. But yeah, certainly been a much nicer day. So I'm going to head back, I'm going to have some beer and some food and enjoy the last night of me breakaway. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. As always, stay safe out there. Tight lines and cheers.